This is my Halloween 2023 build of a 12-foot tall voodoo doll and monster mouths that you see on the left. Here we are making teeth for the monster mouths, as seen before in other builds, covered in drop cloth and painted to give it some texture. I made 4 sections of teeth, all arranged to look appropriate for a monster mouth. I put the paracord loops into the back plate before adding the jaws. I had to decide where I wanted the jaws and teeth to be, taped them down on the horizontal edge, then tilted and added support structures as appropriate. All this is based on what looks about right. Remember to have clean or non-dusty cardboard and lots of section tape and let it cure. Here we are getting the inside of the monster mouths done using the cheap picnic tablecloth and spray glued on the inside, and then just trimmed to fit as appropriate around the gums. Nothing fancy there. The gums are painted. Use a bit of cardboard to help block the teeth off from the flying spray paint. Alright, adding cardboard sections here to kind of make a skull for the monster mouths. That'll give us something to put the drop cloth on afterwards. When cutting the cardboard, cut it to fit, and then roll it up a few times and kind of break it up so it's not as stiff and easier to work with. Tape it down and let it cure. Come back and do the drop cloth covering like on the right on a later date. With that, you can just cut a piece that's a little bigger than what you need, and then center it, start to glue it in place section by section, keeping it neat. And then once it's done, you can just take scissors and cut off whatever excess that you don't need. The torso section is composed of 3 boxes spray foam together. Had to do a bit of bending and folding to make them all fit and work together. The picture on the left shows the shoulder section closest to you. I put 8 holes in front and back to run paracord through in order for it to rest on the frame. Sections were cut off as required to help have access to the frame during the final build. Here is the torso section getting supports put in using lots of tape and spray foam. You can see the weights on the right holding everything down while everything sets and cures. And at the top you can see the arms and leg section standing there waiting for their time. On the left we have the arms and legs waiting to get wrapped in drop cloth and then painted as appropriately. The longer sections will be the leg sections and the shorter sections will be the arms. On the right you see the torso and the legs along with the frame. This is a test run to make sure we got all the poles are the right size and no surprises thus far. This is a test fit for the head and neck section along with the torso. The neck section, the pipe had about 2 extra feet, so it just slid down a hole in the top flap of the torso where it rested on the 4 support structure that I put in there for the torso to help keep it flat. The eyes and teeth were just cardboard that I cut out to size, spray painted black, and then spray glued into place. Here are the arm and leg sections. Leg sections on the left and arm sections on the right. They'll eventually be paired up together and tied together before being attached to the frame for the final build. Here's the torso section getting drop cloth added for the shirt and jacket. This is getting spray glued down section by section to keep it neat. Here's the torso section and jacket flaps getting painted up. The jacket flaps will get added, spray glued on the sides, and then trimmed to fit as required to make it look like a jacket flaps. So you would see the buttons of the shirt, and on the right you see a test fit to make sure all of that is still working out correctly and can still be set up without causing any problems. Here's Halloween getting everything set up. On the left you can see the monster mouths hanging there. They're hanging on the plant hooks off the front porch. You can see me tying the legs to the main frame sections to hold everything in place. You can see the pins already poking through to make sure they're in the right spot. And the dumbbells in place to add support and stability so this thing doesn't fall over if the kids push against it or if the winds pick up. And here's the voodoo doll all set up and ready to go for the trick-or-treaters. As you can see on the picture on the right, I got a light set up in front because we don't have street lights on our street, so we really need to show off the presentation there, show it off well. It was a good trick-or-treating this year. Had a lot of people really liked the project for this year. It's a good time.